Hello, everyone. It's Helen here with Health and Hope with Helen. Thank you for joining me. So, today I'm going to talk about a couple things. One, my first topic is going to be, are you tired? And the second one is, it's never too late to come back home. All right, are you tired? I'm tired, and not just because I just had COVID. I am tired mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I am wiped out to the max. Okay, I feel like I have continued to go around the same mountain over and over and over, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Literally, I feel like I have been going around the same exact mountain, kind of like the Israelites did. Now, let's not forget what happened to the Israelites, right? They walked around that mountain for 40 years. They murmured, they grumbled, they complained, they were ungrateful, and they worshiped idols. And it didn't work out well for them. You know what ended up happening? They died. They died right there going around that same mountain, and they never made it into the promised land. Their children got to go into the promised land, but they never made it in there. Guys, I don't want to die going around the mountain, this same mountain over and over and over. In fact, this mountain, it's not enjoyable. It's not. So it's like, why do we put ourselves through this stress and this agony? It's just like, oh, enough already. There has to be a stopping point. There has to. And just imagine how freeing it would be if you just finally said, stop. I am not going around this mountain another day. I know there's a better life out there for me. I know God's got plans to prosper me and not harm me, plans to give me hope in a future. And I refuse to give the enemy any more time, any more minutes of my life. And that's what we need to stay focused on right now, guys, because we are tired. And you know what Jesus tells us? He says, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I will take those burdens. I will take those cares, and I will carry them for you. He promises to do that for us if we will just release it, if we will just lay it down at his feet and say, I can't carry this anymore. It's too heavy. I'm having issues with this and I'm having issues with that. And I know that we are carrying some real issues right now, you guys, real pains, real hurts, real concerns. But who else can help us? Who can help you? You can't help yourself. As much as we love our family and friends, they can help us this much. The only person who can truly carry that for us, who can truly take care of us, is God. He is the only one. Jesus is the only one who will perfectly love you, who will perfectly take care of you, who won't let anything happen to you. And even if something does happen to you, he's going to bring good out of it. It's for good. So I really feel like we need to get refocused. I was watching a show today. Now, this seems a little bit extreme maybe for some of you, but I thought it was interesting. But I feel like we carry so much guilt and we carry so much shame and we carry fear and anxiety and bitterness. And we carry these things that aren't us. They're not even us anymore, but yet we carry them. We've grown, we've changed, or we even want to, even if we haven't made the step of changing yet, but there's that inner desire of like, I really want to, I just don't know how. And you have to let that go. You have to say, Jesus, I can't do anything about my past, but I can only focus on where I'm at here in the moment today. Please help me. And I want to lay these things down at your feet. I don't want to carry them anymore. I know they're too big for me. I know I can't do anything with them anyways. You're the only one who can forgive me. You're the only one who can help me move forward. And you're the only one who can really give me a good life from this point forward, because we've all made mistakes and we've all had burdens and heartaches. And so we really have to get to that point where we just hand it to the Lord. And the thing that I was watching was this pastor talked about like almost having a funeral. Okay. A funeral for your old self, though, saying like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to live this way anymore. I'm going to make dead and gone those old habits, those old desires, those old fears, those old, things that have kept me bound, anything that kept me in shackles, anything that has kept you a prisoner in your life. He's saying, bury it, get rid of it. You're saying, today's the day I'm going to bury this. I'm going to have a funeral for it. I'm giving away my anxiety. I'm giving away my shame. I'm giving away all of these things that I don't want anymore. And dysfunction of whatever it may be, addictions, and say, I'm burying that. It's gone. It's dead and gone. It's not who I am. It's not who I want to be. That person isn't who I am anymore. I'm new in Christ. I'm a new creation. The old is gone. The new has begun. And regardless of if you've been walking with Christ for a long time and you got off track, or maybe you're just new to walking with Christ, or maybe you don't even know Christ, maybe today is the day where you just say, I'm done. I'm done with all of it. That person no longer exists. I don't want to be that person anymore. I know that you can take all of the things that you've done and God can bring good out of it too. And he will know know when is the right time for you to have to deal with some of those past hurts, those past mistakes that you made. But for now, you have to say, I can't move forward if I'm hanging on to that. It's too heavy. It's too much. It's too much baggage. We can't carry it. We would have never been able to anyways. And that's what Jesus did. He took it on the cross. So I don't know why we feel like we have to continue to carry it. It's time to have a funeral for it. It's time to bury it dead and gone and start new and say, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm going to take that first step and I'm going to start today. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting another day to be grateful and to be thankful and to say, God, thank you so much for loving me and accepting me. And that's where I want to say it's not too late to come back home. It is never too late. And don't let anyone ever tell you that. Don't let the enemy tell you that, because he's going to speak those lies into your ear. He's going to say, it's too late. God doesn't love you anymore. It's too late. You're too far gone. You made too many mistakes. And that is a lie. It's never too late. Get into the Bible and read about the prodigal son who went away. He squandered all of his money. He lived in a pig pen. He basically went and destroyed himself. And then he came back home. He humbled himself and he asked his dad, can I please come back home? Please forgive me. And what did the father do? He didn't sit there and shake his finger at him and tell him, no way, you're not coming back into this house. I told you so. I knew you would do this. The thing he did was, as he opened his arms, he's like, I've been waiting for you. He actually ran to him and he gave him a ring and he put on a robe and he gave him a feast, because that's what our Heavenly Father does. So don't ever feel like you're too far gone. And if you don't even know how to start, if you don't even know how to take that next breath, all you have to do is just say, I need you. I need you to help me. And he will be there waiting for you with open arms. So take that first step today and say, God, I want to come back home. I want to. I've been messing up. I've been doing bad things. I've been going the wrong direction. At one point in my life, maybe I was walking close with you and all of a sudden I got off track because of life's hurts or pains or my selfishness, pride, whatever it may be that has been getting you off track. Just say, I'm done with it. I don't want to live this way anymore. I don't want to go around this mountain anymore. I want to come home to you. I want to be with the one who will keep me safe, the only one who can protect me, the only one who can heal me, the only one who loves me, the only one who can redeem me, and most importantly, the only one who can save me, the only one who can deliver me home. I want to come home to you. I don't know what that's going to look like. I know I'm going to trip and fall, but you have to just go back home to the Father. He is waiting for you with loving arms, and he will never turn his back on you. He will never reject you. He just wants you to come back home. That's all he wants. He is waiting anxiously for his children just to call out to him. He waits day and night. The Bible talks about him walking back and forth in the heavens, waiting to just hear one of his children call out to him saying, I need you. So he is not ever going to turn his back on you if you're saying, I can't do this alone. I messed up. I need you and I love you. So do not be afraid to call out to him today. And, I was reading in the book of John where I absolutely love this part, because Peter had denied the Lord 3 times. And he told Jesus, I will never turn my back on you. I will die with you. And then Jesus tells him, you're going to deny me 3 times by the time morning comes and the rooster crows. And what did Peter do? He denied him and he denied him and he denied him. And next thing he knows, Jesus looks at him and he's just like, oh no. And Peter was so ashamed of himself that he went and he ran and he hid. He couldn't be around anybody. He didn't even go to the crucifixion because he was so ashamed that he had denied the one true God, and he knew Jesus was who he says he was, but he wanted the approval of man, and he was denying him out of fear and out of the unknown and so many different things. Why the same reasons why sometimes we don't speak up, right? And Peter was so ashamed of himself that he went and he hid. Well, guess what? After Jesus died, he came back 3 times to see the disciples, and he came and specifically talked to Peter. And in this part right here, Peter and some of the guys were out on the boat fishing, and they hear this guy from the shore, and he says, put the net out onto the right side of the boat, and then you'll catch some fish, because they'd been fishing all night and they hadn't caught any fish. And lo and behold, they caught so many fish that they could barely pull that net up. And then John and Peter happened to recognize, hey, we think that could be Jesus. And Peter didn't waste any time. He didn't waste any time thinking about what he had done, what he had said. He threw on his little schmuck or whatever he had, like a little tunic on, and he went running to the shore to go and talk to Jesus. He didn't hide on the boat. He didn't say, I can't go and talk to him. I'm not good enough. I've made too many mistakes. He ran toward Jesus. He couldn't stop himself. And you know what Jesus was doing on the shore? He was cooking up some fish and and bread for them. He was cooking for them. He wasn't over there saying, don't talk to me. You denied me. I can't believe you. No, guys, that's humans. That's what humans do. That's what people that we call our friends and family do. That's not what Jesus does. He's different than us, completely different than us. He was cooking fish and bread and saying, come here, come here. And you know what he did? He pulled Peter aside and he says, Peter, do you love me? And then Peter goes, of course I do. And then Jesus says, then go feed my lambs. And then he asked him again, Peter, do you love me? And Peter goes, of course I do. And he goes, go feed my sheep. And then he asked him for a third time. And he said, Peter, do you love me? And Peter knew right then and there exactly what Jesus was doing, because Peter had denied him 3 times. He was having Peter tell him he loved him 3 times. And the Peter said, you already know I do. You know everything about me, Lord. And then he goes, now go and feed my lambs. And so Jesus was waiting right there for Peter, saying, I still got work for you to do. I never gave up on you, and I forgive you. I forgive you. And so, guys, he forgives you and he forgives me, and he loves us, and he's waiting. He's saying, don't run from me. Run to me. I have stuff for you to do. I'm full of mercy and grace and forgiveness. That's who he is. That's why he died, you guys. He knew we would need that. Religion tells you otherwise. Religion tells you you have to be perfect. You have to do this. You have to do that, or God will be mad, or he won't accept you. You're not going to heaven. That isn't true. Jesus died once and for all so that we could go to heaven for whoever believes in him. And that is you, and that is me. And right here, he just open arms says, Peter, come on, come back to me. And he tells him, now I need you to come, follow me. I need you to come now. Now that you told me you loved me 3 times and you committed to that, now you need to come and do what I'm asking you to do. You're going to follow me now. You're going to follow my voice now. And that's what you're going to do. You're not going to turn your back on me anymore. You're going to follow me. And guys, that's what we need to do. The Father is waiting. He's waiting for you and for me to come back home. He's saying, okay, you might have gotten off over here. I get it. Some life things happen. You might have gotten off over here. I get it. Some addictions got a hold of you. I get it. Your heart was broken over here, or you had some life disappointments over here, or wait a minute, there's a pandemic, or there's, natural catastrophes going on all around you, and you feel like you're literally in the middle of a hurricane. But he says, no, I am with you. I'm going to be with you through the whole thing. And guys, who would you rather want to be with you in the midst of all of this? Yourself? Some of your friends that maybe they're not even that close of friends, but you're like, hey, I'm going to try to keep people pleasing these people? Or do you want to go through it with the Lord, the only one who can actually help you, who will ever truly, truly love you, the only one who truly knows you? The Father is waiting. Come to him, all you who are weary and burdened, who need rest. Tell him that you need him. Tell him that you love him. Lay down everything at his feet, anything and everything. Just talk to him. He just wants you to tell him, I'm dealing with these things. I have to lay it at your feet. They're too big for me. You please take them. And then every day you may have to do that, but he will show up. Think back over your life of the times of the things that you've prayed for, and then look around you and see how many of those things are in your life right now. Man, oh man, I can tell you the things that I have prayed for. I can look around and see like almost everything that I had ever prayed for at one point or time is in my life. I'm not saying you're not going to ever have issues. You're not ever going to have problems. Jesus didn't promise a problem-free life. Actually, he said that we would have many, many trials. He just promised to be with us in the midst of it. Okay, guys, so hopefully you loved this today. I know that I'm just super passionate about it because I love Jesus so much. I love God so much. I'm so grateful for another day. I'm so grateful for his mercy. And I'm so, 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 so grateful that he loves me, and he loves me enough not to leave me, and that he doesn't want me going around this mountain anymore either. All right, take care. God bless. Bye.